We are just 8 days away from the 13th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks against this country. It was a day in which we learned firsthand how terrorists could use a jetliner as a weapon, something we had not imagined. Now there is a shocking, an eye-opening, a jaw-dropping story that has been put out there by Bill Gertz, senior editor of the Washington Free Beacon, that says terrorists may well be in control of 11 missing jetliners captured in Libya. Bill Gertz is on the line with us right now. Bill, this happened last month. Give us the background on how this came to be, that Islamic jihadists may well be in control of some 11 jetliners.
Yeah, this is an important story. It's based on some intelligence warnings that came in over the last couple of weeks that were circulated in the U.S. government, warning that a group called Libyan Dawn, which is an Islamist group, after they took over Baghdad, Tripoli's airport in Libya, they were able to get control of as many as 11 aircraft from two Libyan state-owned airlines, and so now U.S. intelligence is trying to locate all of these aircraft because they're concerned that they could be used in a 9/11 style attack. I talked to some terrorism experts. They say that if they don't use them in suicide attacks, they could also be used to transport some of these Islamist groups and expand their reach. Right now, the situation in Libya seems to be spiraling out of control. The government announced just on Sunday that they no longer control the capital city there.
Yeah, we're talking about Airbus aircraft, a couple of 320s, 330s, some Bombardier regional jets.
Yes.
Any of these could of course do a great deal of damage if flown into targets.
Right. Obviously it's kind of hard to hide these planes. Governments in the region from as far away as Lagos, Nigeria, through Tunisia and Morocco have all been warned about this, so they're on alert. They've cut off any commercial air traffic coming from Libya, especially from these two airlines.
Now, you cite a couple of State Department officials who either decline to comment or just say they can't confirm it. But are your sources right now telling you, the ones that are talking, are they suggesting that they have an understanding that these could potentially be used as weapons in a horrible attack?
Yes. It seems like the State Department, the Obama administration, is trying to play down these reports, but the people I talked to were fairly concerned about them. They're trying to locate these jets. I don't think that the CIA has a full handle on where all of the aircraft from the airlines were. So there's a number of airports in the region that are within close distance to Tripoli International, so they're obviously looking at these places and trying to get a count of how many aircraft are there. Some were damaged when the airport was taken over, and I think the first takeover was announced August 24th.
As you just detailed, Bill Gertz, Libya has been in a state of free fall over the last 6 months, or maybe a little longer. And I just assumed, and maybe I shouldn't have made that assumption, that either via the CIA or the State Department or through the Pentagon, we had some eyes over there, either via surveillance drones or maybe some intelligence on the ground that sort of, if not intervening, at least had an eye on what was going on. How do you lose 11 airliners like this at such a hot spot?
It's definitely the new trouble spot in the Middle East, as if we need another one after Iraq and Syria. The other part of the story that is also interesting is that there are indications that the Egyptians may be preparing to intervene militarily in Libya to try and stabilize the situation. What's taken place over the last month or so, or 2 months or so, is that there are these militias, heavily armed from leftovers from the arms that were around the country under Muammar Gaddafi, and you have a breakdown of order and two types of militias. One are Islamists, many connected to Al-Qaeda, and then there's an anti-Islamist militia headed by a retired or former Libyan general named Haftar.
Now, when you talk to these sources at the State Department and they say they can't confirm it, now, in reporter speak, is it because they don't have the information, or they can't confirm the nature of the report, that we're still trying to get details on that, so therefore we can't confirm the details that you have?
Well, generally, when you give that answer, first of all, they're not denying that there are these intelligence
That's what
reports.
I was trying to get at. They're not denying that the reports are out there.
But they're trying to play down by saying, "Well, we can't confirm them." That's kind of bureaucrat speak within the U.S. government to say, we can't confirm these, but the reports are there.
And your sense of it is the way that they are acting is that they want to downplay this? What would be the purpose of doing that? Seemed like this would be something that you would not want to downplay. This would be something that you would want to alert everyone to.
Exactly. That was my feeling, too. However, you have to understand the politics of Libya right now. It's, like I say, it's spiraling towards the latest failed state. You also have a congressional inquiry spinning up to look at the 2012 terrorist attacks against the diplomatic compound in Benghazi. So that would be my only speculation for why they would be playing it down.
Bill Gertz, one last question on this. These jetliners are useless, and they can't be used as weapons unless they are full of jet fuel. Do we have any idea whether these, whoever may have them, have access to jet fuel to be able to arm these potential weapons?
Well, it looks as though, yes. First of all, yes, because, Libya is an oil-rich state, and they do have refineries, and they have been in the hands of some of these Islamist groups. So, like I say, if you control the airport, you get control of the aircraft, and the fuel comes with it.
Jeez, this is very scary.
It's so unnerving.
Very,
really
very frightening.
All right, Bill Gertz, it's a great story. Thanks for joining.
So,
you have one
yeah,
more?
just Bill.
Sorry.
If you get more on this, would you please come back and keep us in the loop on it?
Will do.
All right, Bill.
All right, thank you so much.